Oh, just in case. Hello, hello. How are you, Lynette?
So good. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you
Me
for having
too.
me.
You're welcome. It's my honor, and welcome everybody for joining us to recommit into your soul's purpose through energy healing. And today I have our guest host, Lynette Brown, who is just absolutely amazing. She is an author of one of my favorite books, which we're gonna definitely get into. But she has so much wisdom. I'm so excited that you're here. I feel like I just want to go into your brain and just oh my gosh, ask every question possible. So before I go off on my regular rant, please just take a few minutes and formally introduce yourself to us. Tell us where you're at, what you're up to.
First of all, I just want to thank you, Karina, for being such a lighthouse in our world, for being someone who broadcasts this amazing energy and being willing to take on new endeavors and work to offer your people and your magic. So first, I want to just thank you for having me here and for having this space, right?
You're welcome. It's my honor.
I just really, you and Carlos are very, very incredibly magical people, and I'm so grateful for you. So me, hi guys, I'm Lynette Brown, co-author of You Don't Look Like It. Here's my bat. We were showing our tabs earlier.
Oh yeah.
Right? I am an intuitive. I focus on business. I'm an intuitive success coach. I have been professionally in this work for over 23 years. So I've been working as an intuitive professionally, receiving money for over 23 years. I like to say it that way because there's all kinds of exchanges, right? But I've been in this work for well over 30 years. And this work to me, intuition to me, is such a powerful, divine, natural ability that it's essential that we're aware of it and present to it so that we can utilize that energy in our life and deliberately direct, working with universal laws and deliberately direct our energy and our focus to create and have the outcomes, the healings that we desire, to move through our obstacles, our lessons, right? So I'm an intuitive success coach. I have a coaching program that I do with Dr. Divi. We have a year-long coaching program. I am all into magic. I love Miss Karina's magical classes. I'm all about her. I love working with crystals. I'm not a crystal specialist, but crystals are a really big piece of where I get my energy refueling. And if you could see my office, like my family's like, she's got rocks everywhere. Karina knows she's delivered some for me. Thank goodness for her. She's and you guys who are looking for contacts, she's the one, wherever you are. I was brought into the world of intuition kind of through the back door. Didn't really thought my entire life that everybody was experiencing intuition the way that I was seeing things, feeling things, knowing things. And I just assumed everybody did, right? Until I realized they didn't, right? And so this book was based on, showing you, it's like the whole conversation of what the stereotypical intuitive looks like, or the stereotypical energy worker or healer. It's like, oh, you need to have, a bindi on and all kinds of woo. And while we love to dress the part of flow and the divine feminine and all that, intuition is in all of us. It's a part of who we all are. There's nothing special in that way. It's part of just like our heart beating, taking a breath, right? So it's kind of like I took that up as like it became my life. And before that, I was in the legal world and got to the point where literally I talk about in my book. Literally, I was on my knees in the bathroom
Oh
crying.
yeah, that
Yeah.
magical moment.
Right, magical moment where you feel like, oh my, I'm sure I'm gonna die because I'm down in the tunnel systems of Houston, Texas, the law firm that I work with, crying my eyes out, knowing I'm gonna puke my guts up. Wet, size 2, had no business being that tiny. Issues, not eating and all that kind of stuff, and the stress. And I was like, I can't. If I do this, if I keep living this way, I'm gonna die. And I'm a single mom. What am I gonna do with my kid? What about my kids? My kids. I knew wasn't my purpose, my path. This intuition is my passion and purpose, right? So it took guts. I had to just put on my big girl panties and go, all right, I trust. Everybody's gonna think you're crazy, right? And they did, and that was over 23 years ago.
Oh, that's so powerful. I love that. A lot of people, I think, like there's so many powerful things about what you just said. Number one, I love the fact that your business is intuitive and it's, money, because a lot of spiritual people still believe that we have to do things for free or that we have to sacrifice because we work for the divine, and so we have to be poor or we have to charge minimum and live this life of like, I don't even know what to call it anymore. And it makes me so sad when I see these people that are so amazing and their hearts are huge and they're thinking the opposite. Like, no, the divine wants me to be broke. It's like, no, the divine does not.
No.
So that's so powerful, and that's incredible. Congratulations. And,
well, thank you.
And,
thank you.
Thank you for doing this work, because we definitely need to wake up completely and see our potential and see that money is such a good thing. We can do so many good things with money and help so many people with what we make. I always say the world needs our money.
Yes.
The world needs our money.
Let's think about it. Money is just currency. It is an energy of flow, currency. Right. It's a current, like the river, right? And I love working with money because it's just a tool. It's not significant. It's how I support my crystal addiction. It's how I support, my clients. It's like how my expanding my growth supports my clients.
Right, exactly.
Right? And having the abundance to do the classes or or go to the healing sessions and taking care of myself expands my business.
Right. And there's so much behind that. My 12-year-old Sophia was actually just talking to me about this at 12. She said, Mama, I'm afraid, what if I make too much money when I get older and I don't know how to use it? And I was like, oh my gosh, what a deep question for a 12-year-old.
Awareness. That's big awareness.
And then we had to talk about where her heart is and what her spirit is really like, and ego and fears, and how I always tell her the dark forces don't want you to have money because then you can't help.
Right.
Tell her, okay, so my goal is to open a nonprofit and to help migrant children and to be able to help foster, families. I said, I can't do that if I don't have the money to supply them with the education, with the healthcare, with the things that I need. And so the world needs us to have money so we can give that wealth to people and empower them, because it's nice to say, oh, and it's powerful, I want to help. That's fantastic. We got to do.
Yes. And like that inspired action, right? Not just talk about it and not even just throwing money at it, right? Because that money, that energy is to be deliberate, like what your calling is, right? It's like that matters.
Yeah.
Because where we place our money is where we place our focus.
Exactly. So that's just so powerful what you're doing. So thank you for helping all these people and to really stepping into your, divine path. And so you went from being a lawyer.
Yeah. I was a trial paralegal.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't do the law school thing.
And then so you were, and I love that, like that day where you finally are like, that's it, I'm done. Like, I can't do this anymore. And you said I was on my knees. I love that. It's such a hard time. Like I remember when I was like, okay, that's it. I cannot do this anymore. I used to work for a vet. for 18 years, and I got scratched in the face by a cat, and I had hives everywhere. And that was the day I was like, I can't, like, I'm done. And I was literally in the bathroom floor crying. Like, people
Right?
are gonna think I'm crazy. I'm gonna go broke. How am I gonna feed my family?
Yeah, exactly. How am I, what are we,
I think sometimes people have this like this vision in their mind that psychics, or whatever you want to call us, have this love and light thing since we're born, and the path is so easy. And we have no fears, no blocks whatsoever. We just get up out of bed and you're like, today I'm gonna be a psychic.
Mike told me about, his coach told him about, there's this Buddhist monk that said, I wouldn't wish enlightenment on anybody.
Yeah.
Because it is, that's why I always call it work, right?
Yeah.
Like when you talk about being on your knees in the bathroom, I can still remember the floor, to this day, what it looked like and felt like on my legs, right? It's like, it was such a pivotal moment. Are you going to give into, this is who you think you have to be? You have to suffer and put up with this sexual harassment. You have to be, you have to be that, right?
Right.
Like, no, if I'm going to either swallow a bunch of pills or jump off out of the building. And what does that do for my kids?
Right.
I have to be accountable for my legacy.
And isn't it incredible once you finally understand that and you step into this beautiful journey that you're aligned with, how incredible it is and how opposite of what you were thinking it was.
Right.
Yeah,
and the ease that comes with it. I mean, it's simple, and there is contrast. There always going to be, right? We can't have growth without it, right? But knowing that you have this amazing connection to all that is, to all of nature, to divine wisdom, to Mother Earth, to the sky, to the universe, that you're not alone. Yeah. And it's like, it's magic that happens, like transformation. Boom.
I love that. Love, 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 love. Thank you. So now I want to talk a little bit about this amazing book, which I got a few months ago, and already I look, because I'm always in it. But you talk about everything. First of all, I love how you and Dr. Devi you make it exactly what it is, so simple. It's not about, like you said, looking like you're psychic. It's something that we're all born with, that is so natural to us. And you cover literally everything in this book. I mean, everything from, being in gratitude to several forms of divination, your clairs, speaking to pets, telepathically. I mean, you cover everything, and it's written in a way, ancestor altars, which is what I'm going to be talking about soon. Yeah, ancestor altars. But you also talk about it from a scientific perspective too. It's not woo-woo, although we love it. You have both, and it's something that's it's just so easy to understand. It's such a great read, and just packed with so much heart and knowledge. I honest, like hands down to you. It's just it is such a really good written book. So where did this inspiration come from to create this?
Well, Dr. Divi and I've been working with Dr. Divi. She's has been a client of mine for over 12 years, right? And she was teaching energy and working. She basically called me and said, hey, will you teach my people intuition? And I was like, sure. We started working together. Long story short, we built this year-long program of working with energy, working with your intuition, working with money, like for a year, right? To create transformation within divine beings. Well, every time, it's like, I was like, no, where's that meditation? Wait, I know this is like a collection of like 30 years of practice, right? My 30 years and Dr. Divi's years as well, her decades of work, right? And we wanted someplace, and it's not highly technical. We probably could have doubled this if we wanted to really get in there, like like those Virgos like to do, right? But we wanted something that basically was a touchstone for everything, right? Like you're stepping into the world of feeling empowered or wanting to connect with your divine intuition, your divine guidance, right? Wanted it to be simple for everybody to know that like it's possible, right? It's available. And it's not something you have to give up if you're in a specific religion or it's anything. It's part of our nature.
Right.
Right. And so I wanted to present it in that way. Yeah. Present it in that way where it's like, it's simple, but it's basic. Like I said, it's basically all those years of practice, right? All the things that worked for me, things that didn't work for me, things that worked for Dr. Divi, and things that didn't work for her. Right.
Yeah, and you even have tarot and runes in here.
I know, right?
I love.
And to me, and it's like I've only been working with runes like the past 3 years, I think it is. And it's like they've become just such an instrument, like just with the tarot. It's like they speak to you, right? The oracle cards, they speak to you. And I had to put that energy in here. It's like, I'm not an expert. You want an expert, talk to Ingrid. She's an expert. She's a rune woman she's been around a way, right? You want to know crystals? Go talk to Karina. She's an expert, an energy worker. She's an expert, right? I'm going to stick to my specialty and focus, right? And direct that way. But I had to put the energy in there. Had to.
I love it. It's beautiful. It gives you everything that you need. Like any question you can possibly think of within, like, the spiritual, psychic, you just kind of do and sometimes I do that. I'm like, what do I need to brush up on today? What do I need to learn? And I open up. Okay, cool. So it gives you, it's a really great resource. I really do love it. You guys did a wonderful job at this book, and I can't wait to know more. And the cover is just so beautiful.
Oh, nice. It was like, what does your brain look like once it's exploded on your intuition?
Right? It's amazing. So talking about rooms and the tarot, I know you have like a few amazing projects that you're working on right now, or things that you're teaching. So how can we access more of you? How can we learn from you?
So I have a website. It's consciousstrategies.com. Some of the offerings I was guided to offer right now, and with this special opportunity with you, Karina, is to offer your people. I just got guided to start doing these business evolution readings, and they're triple leveled with tarot, oracle, and runes energy. And so I'm offering those. They're online readings, so it's all through email and stuff at a special rate for your guys.
Thank you.
I know it's the big thing, like you said, this is about supporting our world.
Yeah.
And with the pandemic, there's so many people going, why am I working at this? Mm-hmm. Having the experiences you and I had on the bathroom floor.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, why am I still here? Like, have you not learned it? I mean, what else do you need?
Right. Exactly. It's like, well, I'm doing this for my kids, but you're suffering. How does that help your children? Right.
Yeah.
So offer that. My website, I've got all the information about our year-long intuitive coach training program. I have a coaching program for myself that I do one-on-one with clients. And I do random like psychic circles or conscious circles where we practice intuition, because I really feel like it's important, right? I like to have a bunch of random people come and then read each other.
That's beautiful. That's powerful.
It is so much fun. We have a lot of fun. If you can't have fun, don't do it.
Exactly. I love that. Awesome. So all of this information that you just gave us, we're actually going to post it with the email so that they know where to find you on social media. I know sometimes you have lives that I watch that.
Yes.
The last one I watched was, I think, one of your chakras. I forget which one, but I was like, oh, this is so great. So they'll be able to find you. Yes. And oh man.
Dr. Divi and I do a live every other Monday where we do free readings just on Facebook Live, which is like, hey, come on, ask us a question and we'll tune in for you.
Awesome.
Just
I love that. I love that.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Lynette. And if I can just ask you one last question, would you be able to just give some love and guidance or wisdom from your heart to anyone who may be afraid of stepping into their power with whatever it may be, whether it's business or just really listening to their intuition? What can you share from your experience?
The guidance that's coming through, I'm being told to tell you that you think you can't do it. That is just your ego, your saboteur talking. The divine within you, your soul, knows that you're up to this, or you wouldn't have the calling, you wouldn't have the pulling, you wouldn't have the passion, the desire to do X. That is within you. It is within your divine nature. It is who you are. So staying frozen like that deer in the woods, hunkering down in the weeds because they're afraid of the hunter, you cannot stay frozen. That deer can't stay frozen forever. At some point, it's got to get up, take the risk, and go so it will eat, so that it can live and thrive. And you're just at a fork in the road right now, and know that you are supported and loved, and you have all your teachers will appear. Everything will appear for you if you just take a breath and say yes. Just say yes. Tell the universe yes, and it will be provided. You will see little steps. And then pay attention. Once you say yes, you got to listen and pay attention. Right? So
Thank you.
I just want to say you can do it.
I love that. As you're talking, I'm getting goosebumps. I'm like, yes, I accept all of that.
Because I got my hair cover that you gave me, right?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I know.
Yeah, I didn't bring any. So just so the viewers know, so usually I do these interviews from the house, but Mercury's in retrograde. And we had people working right in front of the house on like the water main. So I said, okay, well, what do I do? And I told Carlos, well, I'm gonna have to go back to my life as spiritual entrepreneur and go to Starbucks and make the phone calls and
that's right
from the office from here. So excuse the background noise, but this interview was so special, and it had to come together. And Lynette, I am so thankful for your time, for your service, for your love. Thank you for just being in alignment with your passion, with your spirit, and for showing up. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate you wholeheartedly. And I send you so much love. Right back.
Right back. And thank you, everybody, for taking the time to watch this and be with us. So appreciate that.
All right, you guys, stay tuned for our next show. Stay magical. And as always, vibe up.
Bye.